Holding the tail down.
I hope you were able to enjoy that beautiful side of that beautiful slender wing. There it is. It's very efficient design for today. There comes the top. He's got the back
Shocks away, as they say. This one first.
Still over 9,000 steps in here. See there. The tail line behind it actually quite remarkably after that hit of there. Beautiful flight by Graham Shaw. And beautifully judged, but now, ladies and gentlemen, this is something very special because they've only been in the UK for about a month and a half. And it's, I'm working out, this is the first time that two B-2Es have been in the air over the UK at the same time since April 1990. That was the last time this happened. It happened at the last Shuttleworth show, and it's going to happen at this show as well. These are remarkable aeroplanes, completely rebuilt by the vintage.
The other famous series of aircraft from that era were the FEs, which were Farman experimental. The Blériot experimental does not mean that it looks like a Blériot, because it very obviously doesn't, but it means that the engine and propeller are at the front, of the whereas the Farman experimental aeroplanes, the propeller pushed. These were produced at the Royal Aircraft Factory, or the original design, which, as my colleague Tim reminds me, was they were supposed to be adaptation. Now here's one taking off now. So the design of the B-2 goes back to 1912, and Geoffrey de Havilland had a hand in it. So there's another famous name standing there. Geoffrey de Havilland had a hand in this, and for its day it was an extremely good aeroplane. It was all to reach 100 miles an hour in level flight.
The
directional stability was very poor, and the pilot has to work on the rudders all the time to keep it flying into wind. Otherwise you get side slip built up, which increases drag, and you start losing
having a sit
control
down
of
at the
the
minute.
machine. So all the time you have to be working to keep it pointing into the relative wind. So if you want to turn left, you put left stick on, the right hand aileron goes down, and it turns the wrong direction. So you have to be careful with the rudders to keep it pointing where you want to go. Let's listen to them.
That's not them, it's a tractor going past. Yeah, not the quickest, it would have to be said. I don't think right now we'll be buying 2 minutes. Just started up.
One time on that, then. One time on it.
Here,
Let's go.
I'm told that Alan Roper is celebrating his 90th birthday today. Now, interestingly enough, the first VC to be won by an airman ever was won in one of these. These things could be flown either solo or dual, depending on the mission. And, goodness me. It is like a sort of airborne signal sewing machine, that thing, isn't it? Well, it's interesting, this particular version, the B2s you see here, are both armed with a single. And you couldn't point the gun forward, because if you did, you'd shoot your own propeller off. So you had to point the gun out at an angle slightly sideways. There was a very small avenue of about 10 degrees. I was talking to Gene DeMarco, one of the chaps who, well, not only flew, but at the last show, but restored these aircraft, or built these aircraft. And he said, yeah, you've got about 10 degrees of travel on the gun, which is almost useless. How they use it in combat. Leif Robinson, from attacking and successfully shooting down the Zeppelin. Lewis gun, of course, 303 machine gun, drum-fed, 90 rounds in a drum. And then he went to change it in flying, to take the old drum off and put a new drum on. Now you try doing that and flying an aeroplane. Then we get the shooting down as so to shoot down either a Zeppelin or an observation balloon, which was then, of course, always filled with flame, you had to set it alight. So you had to have something that the ammunition had not any.
You still flying around while the SC5 is sort of starting up or warming up?
An interesting thing that incendiary ammunition, the only incendiary ammunition, is called bucket gun. Named after when.
I think they've got a problem with this.
So much the pilots
They all seem to be pointing at something.
But carrying that ammunition.
The guys are there just to take the shots when he's ready, if he gets ready.
In fact, so much so that if you were caught carrying that ammunition, if you were shot down, if you were using it over the Western Front, you had to be carrying signed orders said that you were either a side slip indicator of some kind. You must, as I said earlier, you've got to be able to use the rudders, keep the wind, sway the head. Airspeed indicator. It's been installed by our display director, Bob Barton, at the taller one is John, apparently. Settling down, I believe now, 2 aircraft in the markings of 2 different squadrons. Number 7 squadron, the one with a white band around the rear fuselage. Number 37 squadron is the one without the white band around the rear fuselage. 7 squadron, of course, operational today at Royal Air Force Aviation.
B2 just arriving. Second of the B2s coming back. Thought they were going to park in front of me, but they've buggered off. Well, the first one has, so I presume this one will as well. To the other part of the field.
In all my life, I never thought I'd see a B2 fly.
Shots away on this. This is the Marshaller, the B2.
okay.